Hello, folks. It's time to talk again about FISA-gate, the Obama spy scandal, how he used the FISA courts, the intelligence community, to spy on his political opponent. Totally unconstitutional. I came here not too long ago and asked you a simple question. Are you ready to put the first black president of the United States in prison? I didn't answer the question. I asked you, are you ready to do that? Are you ready to put Hillary Clinton, a candidate for president of the United States and one of the two major parties, in prison? And since then, a lot of information has come out that I told you about, that I told you would come out, and it has now, and shows that these people more than likely have committed multiple crimes, felonies. And so we still have to answer that question. But I wanted to add a little bit to it here. We've had the memos come out, the Nunes memo and the Grassley memo. I have a little bit different take on the Grassley memo for now. We'll see. I've read it, and it almost seems like cover. I just don't trust these guys, especially in the committees in Congress. Most of the time when you have a committee in Congress, their purpose is to extend things for long periods of time, drag it out, give people time to destroy evidence, give them time to get their stories together, give people time to retire with benefits, and these things. And it takes forever when a congressional committee is involved. Although I must say that these recent committees seem to have actually been digging into some really deep stuff and seem to be doing good work. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now. But what I want to talk about tonight is something that keeps coming up in these things is that, we're just undermining the vaunted reputation of the FBI. And we have to be careful with this because the FBI is just this wonderful institution of government that does all these wonderful things, and that anybody who disputes the reputation of the FBI is undermining America itself. I mean, you're actually undermining our country if you ever question the vaunted reputation of the FBI. Where'd this come from? I don't understand where people get this kind of stuff. I don't know how much you know about the history of the FBI, but I've studied it all my life. Do you remember the movie The Untouchables? Now, before you get all crazy, Keith, you're going to talk about a movie. Well, the movie was based on a book by Oscar Fraley, and he gave the excerpts of his book to Eliot Ness to review before he published the book, and Eliot Ness signed off on it. And then Eliot Ness spoke many times afterwards about some of these things. And what I wanted to point to is the point in the movie to where Sean Connery's character is telling Kevin Costner's character, who is Eliot Ness, basically that, you can't worry about the rules and regulations here. We're dealing with hardcore criminals, and we have to do whatever we have to do to get the job done. So my point is that the history of the FBI from its very inception has been, once we determine you are a bad criminal, we will do whatever it takes to take you down. We're righteous, you're not, therefore the end justifies the means. They've done this from the very beginning. And then, of course, you got J. Edgar Hoover in there for all the time that he ran it. Look what he did. I mean, he kept files on everybody, and he bribed people. He used FBI files on people to bribe them to do the things he wanted to do. And this is well known. It's been documented in many books since then. It's undisputed that he did these things. Look what happened when Hillary Clinton was the first lady and her husband became president, Bill Clinton. What was one of the first things she did? This is documented evidence once again. Everybody knows this happened. She gathered a bunch of FBI files on people. Now, who gave her those files? Well, the FBI did. So this woman wanted to use FBI files as a political tool against her enemy, and the FBI willingly said, okay, here they are. Here you go. You need some more? We'll give you some more. They did this, okay? Back when Waco happened, the FBI lied. Janet Reno was even mad at the FBI for lying to her for all the stuff that they were doing down at the Waco. They denied that they used incendiary rounds. They absolutely did. We still don't know whether that actually started the fire, but they used the rounds, and they denied it. They lied for over a year, and it finally came out that they were wrong. And she accused the FBI of ruining her reputation because she had been out there on the stump saying, no, we absolutely did not use this. And she believed it because the FBI told her that. Well, they lied. And if you look at Ruby Ridge, back when that happened, they killed a woman standing in a doorway holding a baby. And guess what they did after that? They lied. And they lied on reports. They tried to cover up evidence. There were FBI officials, who were actually, I don't know, to be honest with you, whether they were prosecuted, but I do know that they were reprimanded for their behavior because they basically lied. They tried to cover up evidence. That whole thing was manufactured in the first place. It was a straw buyer that they had set up to get him to sew off a shotgun. Oh, it's 1 inch less than what the regulations call for. Yeah, we're going to come and get you now. This is the FBI. This is what they've done. They did the same thing in the Bundy trial. In the Bundy trial, they found out that the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, and the FBI both lied, both tried to manufacture evidence, both had a rogue mentality. The BLM had kill list. The BLM, kill list. I mean, this is Bureau of Land Management. Do we want the Bureau of Land Management to have kill lists for American citizens? But they did. This is what was going on. And the FBI was neck and neck with them, involved in it, up to their ears. And we're supposed to believe that it's this vaunted, institution that we're all supposed to respect so much. Lavoy Finnegan, they set up an ambush for this guy. The FBI fired upon him before he got. You can look at all the videos. It's known evidence. The FBI has even admitted this. They fired upon him before he ever got to the roadblock. And then the 2 FBI agents that did that, guess what they did? They picked up their brass, pretended like they did not shoot, and then they lied upon their FBI reports. And they were reprimanded for it. And there's an investigation going on. But we haven't heard anything about it since. That's your FBI. That's what they did. Even to go back to the JFK thing, the FBI is the one that did a lot of the investigation of the JFK thing. How many people on the left totally believe that JFK, it was a conspiracy between the CIA and everybody? And who did the investigation? It was the FBI. And so they're willing to believe that the FBI manufactured evidence, lied, cheated, covered up an assassination of the President of the United States. And yet, today, we're supposed to respect them. They're just such a vaunted institution that you cannot deny that these people are the cream of the crop. And who could ever say anything bad about the FBI? Well, you can't believe both. You can't believe they were involved in a conspiracy to kill the President of the United States and at the same time think that it's a vaunted institution that we should all respect and glow about. It doesn't work that way. So people just need to understand that these agencies are like any agencies. When you give extreme power to individuals, which is what this boils down to, these are individuals that you are giving extreme power to. If you're not on top of it 24/7, they will take advantage of it, and tyranny is what the outcome will be. It always is. And so I just want all of you to kind of sit back every now and then and realize that this whole idea that the FBI is this vaunted institution that deserves all of our respect, nothing could be further from the truth. And recent facts are bearing this out. Once they decide that you're a bad guy, they will stop at nothing to get you. The Constitution be damned, the rules be damned, the law be damned. They will get you. And they've done this for a long time and gotten away with it. And they're not anymore. We got a new sheriff in town. And we're not going to allow, the American people are not going to allow this kind of behavior to continue. And this is not going to happen quickly. It's not going to be over with Donald Trump. We're going to be fighting this war as long as we live our lives. And our children and grandchildren will be fighting the same war. You can't give these people that kind of power and expect them to just be angels. They are not angels. Now, does that mean that every one of them? But of course not. There's all kinds of rank and file law enforcement officers who are good people. Way back in New Orleans, when the New Orleans Police Department was caught in cahoots with the drug people in the area and actually carrying out murders for people, did that mean that every policeman in the New Orleans Police Department was a crooked cop? No. But many of them were, and many of them in the top echelons were, and we ferreted them out and we got those guys. Same thing happened with Serpico in the New York Police Department. This happens all the time. It does not mean that the rank and file, every one of them are bad, but it means that if you give bad people extreme power, they will use it against we the people. It's always against we the people. It's never against the politicians. It's against us. When they're going after Donald Trump, you think they're going after? No, they're going after you because you voted for him. You dared to vote for the wrong damn person. They're not going after Donald Trump. They're going after you, the American people, because you're not supposed to decide who your president is, don't you see? They are.